Kastil Utara is a timeless home located here on the island of Lombok, Indonesia, resting on the ridgeline here in Tampah Hills. We're going to go on multiple adventures with Jakob Palm, the founder of Tampah Hills, and his team during this tour, while also giving you guys a detailed look at the design with Nico and Kiko, the architects of this beautiful biophilic home. Their architectural firm, Caceres, Tous, is located in Bali. All their links will be in the description. But now beginning the tour here on the motor court, you'll notice the ficus tree set up in the middle of all these rough stone, just really blending into the environment here. All the retaining walls were all quarried here with that limestone, the lush greenery everywhere. The whole intention behind this home was just to blend in to the topography and not disrupt the ridgeline. I think that's something so special and unique about this area. If you're going to build, the intention is to blend in like the home was always here. But now stepping into this carport, that's all shielding you from the sun. We have the vertical slided wood everywhere, diffusing that natural light as we have the golf cart, 3 mopeds, and of course the motorcycle that was all provided by Tampah Hills. And beneath me is a bedroom as well. So this technically is an 8-bedroom villa. We have 2 separate villas with 2 separate wings. The east villa has 3 bedrooms, and then we have 4 on the other side. So we'll show you where we're staying, where we're sleeping, where we're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all here in Kastil Utara. But now stepping down, we're gonna go on these natural limestone steps going down to this home. Everything under roof that you see here is just under 18,000 square feet. Interior space is just around 9,000 square feet. But it's so biodiverse as you look around out into the Indian Ocean, the rice fields, the palms. You can even see the beach down below where Tampah Hills has their service if you want to dine on the beach as well, which we're going to do in this tour, as we're going to go spearfishing at some point, which is going to be insane. I think they can hold their breath for like 3 to 4 minutes, which is just, I can't even imagine. I think I can hold my breath for like maybe 90 seconds. They can do it for minutes on end. As you can see around me, we have an incredibly lush, biodiverse green rooftop. The agave plants in these raised plant beds, all the natural stone around me with these mixed minerals, even also adding into the textural, colorful qualities that we have blending into this hillside. It's beautiful and just incredibly intentional. Now coming back across this platform and the landing, I'll show you guys this natural stone pathway, which actually guides and leads you up to an elevated platform where we have another bedroom with all those same qualities and details as the villa down below, which we're about to tour. There's an espresso machine built into the wall, and I especially love in the wet entry shower. You can open up this little door and just release steam or let a cool breeze come in while you're showering. And this is also kind of a fun little fact about this area. These are drought-resistant plants here in these beds. These are called beach morning glory plants, and they actually have a medicinal quality to them. They use that to treat jellyfish stings here. So I thought that was really cool, and it also just adds some more vibrancy here on this rooftop. But now down these steps, you'll notice more plants, the ocean slowly disappearing and reappearing as we go down to the main floor. We also have these paper flower plants, very vibrant. Once again, just so much plant life here. And then here we go, the ocean reveals itself once again. And the temperature drop, it gets so cool. This is how the architects described it. This is an ultra luxury cave. This mimics that very innate quality that I think humans have about these dark ceilings, almost making it feel like a cave, which is safe and cool, which this home replicates. So I thought that was cool that they shared that with us. This is very typical of biophilic homes, right? So we have this circular skylight with this tree that just shoots all the way through it. It's almost like this tree was planted here first, and then they built this entire villa around it. And then on the ceiling, you'll notice these vertical cuts of ironwood as it takes on this dramatic slope upward, revealing the sky, the ocean, the waves, the beach down below. This is such a luxury, nature-fused home. You feel so connected out of every window. It's incredible. Just want to take a second to obviously take in these incredible views, watching the ocean waves crash. It's honestly surreal standing here. I want to take you guys in to the first villa on the east wing, opening up this 9-foot tall frameless glass door. It also is going to pocket, just letting for more airflow. And here beneath your feet, you'll notice this terrazzo tile that's in this entire villa and also continued in the other villa. And just from standing here, I can look straight out, catch a glimpse of that lap pool in the main villa, and also the waves crashing on some of the exposed jagged rocks that you can see out into the ocean. The interior design was also done by the same architectural firm, Nico and Kiko. So everything from the exterior and interior is super cohesive. Although there's many simple lines and neutral tones in this space, there are so many details to get through. Like, check out the lighting in here. You can't see it from an angle, but it has this gallery-like effect, that direct lighting. So at night, when that sun drops behind the hills, we have all these little moments that are illuminated so strategically, and it just makes this room feel moody and dark and just cool. We have all this dry stack limestone just to make us feel like we're, again, in the earth, underground in this cave. The neutral tones are continued here on this deep couch. I mean, look how deep these cushions are. These are just perfect for sitting, chilling, as they're super deep. You can just have great conversation, watch a movie, or just look out the window and take in these incredible views. Even the rug has these neutral tones, which is all contrasted nicely by this warm teak wood that we see on this custom couch. The white stucco on the backdrop, and then that really dark ironwood on the ceiling. We also have ironwood out here on the pool deck, which is just perfect because it's one of the most durable hard woods in the entire world. And it's so cool that they used this here because it's traditionally used in like commercial applications like boats. But now you can see it being used here at Kastil Utara. I wanted to point out these doors here. Not only are they on this accordion style pattern, but they're also louvered. So you can manipulate how much light, sound, and wind is pushed into this space. And this canopy overhang just has this steep angle elevating these views once again. Now here on the pool deck, have this glass railing to not obstruct your views. Everything is just so calming here. And a lot of the building guidelines are not strict here in Indonesia or in the Lombok area, but they have a certain code. So each home that is built has to be on a certain amount of land. So as this place grows, you're not going to see homes built on top of each other. Just again, maintaining the land here in Tampah Hills, which I thought was really cool. As we travel over into the kitchen, you'll notice this built-in side table on the couch. That foam marble is actually brought back in to this oversized kitchen island. You have seating for 8 here, as this villa also sleeps 8, because we do have a bunk room here, which we'll get to here in just a minute. But starting here, you have this matte black rectangular fixture, has this nice warm ambient glow. And notice all the lighting just really plays into each other with all these floor lamps and different fixtures. Nothing is blown out. Everything is soft, warm, and just brings you back to nature. All the appliances are also super sleek and seamless, like here on the stovetop, the integrated espresso, microwave, and oven into these teak cabinets. Even the refrigerator and freezer are all paneled, and the handles are all integrated as well. Everything is so smooth. All the lines are so thoughtfully done. You have this open shelving with the stoneware above, the Breville espresso machine on the countertop, and on the backsplash, more of that foam marble with those warm tones really being brought out by this rich teak wood we see in here. I just love all the different contrasts between the ironwood, the stucco, the black paintings that you see behind me. It's so well done. And transitioning to the accent chair, you'll notice the circular side table, the circular textured rug, the backdrop, and everything is transitioning you from the dining, the living, down into these bedrooms, which we're about to check out. The Sonos surround system is also integrated into the ceiling throughout this home, the gardens, the pool, which is all controlled by the iPads you're gonna see throughout this tour on the walls. All the lighting in this home as well is non-disruptive. Everything is pushing you to these views. That's one detail amongst many that I really appreciated. Everything's detailed but understated. So as you open up this monolithic pivot door, we're gonna just step into our powder room. You'll notice the terrazzo on this cylindric vessel of a sink, and even the minimalistic design of the hardware coming out of this glass wall. And you even have that niche built into the actual wall here. Everything's dark and moody, and you're about to see that as we go into our bunk room. But now at the end of the hall, just that biophilic nature that Kastil Utara leans into, and the architects This is all open, so you're letting all that natural air and greenery come back into this home. It's so well done. You just feel so connected to nature when you're here. Sleeps 4 people here in this bunk room. You'll notice the integrated lighting, so illuminating that stucco, just all the textures, just feels so organic here as you have this sliding door which opens up, once again letting more of that natural air into the space, and the lighting as well. It's just so moody in here. You'll notice that lighting, like I mentioned throughout this tour, illuminating that corrugation of these custom teak cabinets. And look at this, the hardware. Even on here, it says Kastil Utara. And that's done throughout this entire home. Just the details throughout the space. Open shelving for more stoneware. And again, that lighting is carried up above. Every bedroom is gonna have its own pivot door and ensuite. The water closet is just off to my right. I did want to point out the 2 tones that we've seen again and again. And that black tone where this handle is brings out a lot of the grain from this wood, which I thought was really, really cool. But when we were on top of this home, when we began this tour, you may have noticed this glass piece, which was a skylight, which actually is cut out and it brings it down into this wet entry shower, which I thought was so cool. That Terrazzo tile is in here as well, just enormous slabs of it that we see in this space with that ironwood on here as well. Just connecting you, almost feels like you're showering outside, but you're in the bunk room. And then more of that Terrazzo here as well in this floating vanity and this smoky glass that we're gonna see throughout this tour. Everything has its own mood, and every bathroom and room is gonna have its own completely curated setup. Now going straight across the hallway, another monolithic pivot door, custom cabinets immediately on my right, and open shelving to my left with more of that integrated lighting. Now the bathroom you step into has that Terrazzo tile once again, and then that smoky glass as you go into the shower. This has another one of those drop downs, and it almost looks like it's floating with that integrated lighting. It was done so well, and the views are captured everywhere in this home. So as you step all the way in, not only do you have the rainfall and the handle onto my right, but you can look straight out through this piece of smoky glass. So you get those incredible views everywhere in this home. Everything was so well captured. The water closet is just behind this door, and we're gonna push into this room. The king size bed, incredible views. This all opens up to that pool we just saw, those neutral organic tones on the rug, that accent chair, and here on the throws and pillows. Everything in this home just has so much warmth and texture, and the thoughtful and foresight of design, maximizing the space. I mean, look at the bedside table, the niche cutouts, and even the open shelving. You have that glass that you saw from the shower just to maximize your views. So well done. But now coming out to the end of the hallway, we're gonna enter into what I'm gonna call the junior suite, because Lydia and I are actually staying in the big one on the other opposite side of the villa. But now coming in through another pivot door, you can drop your personal belongings here. Corrugated wood once again. The powder room and water closet off to my right. But first I want to tell you guys kind of a little bit of a story that I learned from Kiko and Nico, the architects. This boulder was actually a part of the original design. Initially, they were going to build on top of it a little jumping platform into a pool, but once they found that was going to disrupt the structural integrity of this boulder, as it's not actually part of the mountain, they went away from that concept, and now the pool is the way it is with that infinity edge, which is just stunning, just maximizing these incredible views. But just kind of a behind the scenes look at what could have been, but obviously the design is super timeless here. Sunrise views as we face east here on this corner of the villa. And on the ceiling, you'll also notice that ironwood continuing contrasting nicely with these white walls and that rich, warm teak wood once again. And you have these pendant lights on each respective side of this king-size bed with those trapped air bubbles, just diffusing that warm light, adding into the ocean water-like qualities that this home also has. We're gonna rotate here and step into the bathroom. We have another accent chair, more of those black neutral tones. So into the water closet. I'm gonna open this up and show you guys another pivot, white stuck on the wall. So this door slides open, and this is all outside. I mean, look at this reveal. Get that dry stack limestone, the floating vanity, completely made of marble, all book matched, and even this mirror just looks like it's suspended and floating. But you step up, and you can shower or take a bath outside and just be a part of nature. They did this so incredibly well, and you're all guarded here with this boulder. Again, this was originally found here, so it's so cool to kind of interact and play with nature. And then you have, of course, these elephant ear plants, which are only going to get bigger. And just such a cool moment. I think Lydia is going to demand that she takes a bath in here. It's just so cool. But stepping out, we're gonna go check out the main villa, and I'm pretty sure lunch is here because, again, this is all through Tampah Hills. So we're gonna step across. Again, here's where that circular formation is, and we're gonna open up these frameless doors. Look at the panels of glass that we have here. And it all pockets, once again, mimicking the other side. But I'm gonna open this up just a bit, and I think Lydia is already digging in on this super long dining table. But Lydia, what did you get here? What is this?
I got nasi goreng.
Nasi goreng? Okay.
Yeah, it's stir-fried rice with vegetables and chicken and shrimp crackers.
Ooh, and a coconut.
Coconut. You have your own.
I have my own, but I wanted to try yours to make sure it's okay.
It is okay.
It tastes good. But I think we're gonna take a break here. For lunch, I got bolognese and a chicken sandwich. I think Sage got the. Did you get the same thing as me?
I got the same thing.
Okay.
Same exact.
But obviously you can tell what an incredible setting, and this all overlooks the ocean, and that pool is unreal. It just looks like it's disappearing and cantilevering over into the ocean. It's incredible. She's been loving this. And are you gonna try out that tub?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So let's go have lunch, and we'll pick up this tour here in a minute. When you go to design a home, are you thinking of the interaction of the person coming in, or do you think of the design first?
Yes, always as the how it's going to be experienced.
Human scale.
Yeah.
Human experience first.
Yeah.
Every project needs to tell a story. It needs to have a concept behind a story, a way it needs to make you feel in a way. Functionality for us, it's very important. Functionality it's one of the key parts of our work, and the shape is not secondary, but it comes through the process. We don't start with the shape. We start always with this process that it derives in a shape.
How do you balance the interaction of like someone's personal taste as a custom home, and then also like, okay, this has to be very user-friendly for someone who's maybe checking in for a day or two or a week, and then they're leaving?
There's one thing that we try to do in these houses, that they are homes, but it's kind of investment and rental. We try to play with the layouts to make them a bit different of regular houses. So the bathroom is open, and then you have connection from when you are using the sink to the views. The showers, they have the three regular bedrooms there, they have a small window, so when you are showering, you can see the views. So there are things that we are taking chances to make them a bit different from a regular house.
We think we're proud of our work because there is interior design also incorporated into the architecture. And so we have handled the project since the architectural concept until the beginning, the end of it. So it's the quality of spaces, the quality of materials, it's something that we really take care of. And also the way the building sets itself into the land and how it's looked from underneath, from the road, from everywhere. I think it's pretty different from every project here in Tampah.
It was amazing being able to sit down with Kiko and Nico and talk about the design process of Kastil Utara here in person. It's always amazing talking to two artists and how they work together so well. But now here at the dining table where we just finished lunch, we have this custom matte black beam chandelier hanging above this space with that warm ambient glow. Everything is looking out over the pool deck, and of course the ocean. We also have custom leather chairs set up to this table, Everything is just so ultra curated to the space. Picture frame window, also shooting straight out to the ocean. But back behind me, just to talk about the design of this home and the layout, the functionality. At the end of the hallway, again, here in Tampah Hills, 24/7 butler service. So you have to find a way on how to make that work and just the functionality to it. So there's an exit and entrance in the back of that butler's kitchen that syncs up to the stairwell on top of that green roof and then out to the motor court. Full kitchen in there though, so it's a great idea on how to eliminate foot traffic onto the main level where your guests and friends are. So this has a very dark, moody feel, just like the other villa. Smoky finish here on this glass wall, super clean everywhere you look here. And again, on a pivot, which is really nice, and of course, it slow shuts. Waterfall edged island, more of those warm tones being pulled out from the different neutral organic tones here in this space. Of course, you have the sink just off the seamless countertop, and then above, more of that warm glow coming from these custom chandeliers. The integration of appliances can be seen everywhere, from the refrigerator, the freezers, the built-in espresso, microwave, and oven. You've got it all built in to those teak cabinets. And the integrated lighting through those open shelvings just really backlit everything, just creating for more depth and space here in this home. You also have some seating arranged here on this waterfall edged island, and back behind me, you'll notice all of these louvers, again, on this pivot. It's such a unique feature, and this is the first time we're seeing this. Obviously in this tropical environment, we have this open, airy feel, letting that air come in and down the hill. You can actually step out here, and you'll notice the retaining walls step up along this hill, just for more light to be let inside this home. And obviously during the evening, the team comes out and they close all of these for us. So we're gonna step into the living room now, where we did the interview. So you have this circular table next to all these low profile pieces of furniture, just really leaning into that minimalist design that we have here in this space. And this is the big moment. You have this circular skylight, like the one we saw at the beginning in the entrance where that tree was. And the light just moves and dances across the floor, almost like a sun clock. So throughout the day, you can almost tell what time it is, which is super unique to obviously this property. This custom couch, I mean, check out the scale of this. You could easily fit 20 people on this, all directing out towards this incredible view, which is the pool, which just vanishes into the Indian Ocean. It's beautiful. Ceiling fans are gonna be kind of everywhere, just pushing that air throughout these spaces. The teak contrasting nicely once again. I don't know if you guys can see this, but above this painting, there's a gecko poking his head out on the top. Can you see that? Oh, he just snuck back down. He's like, oh crap, I've been found. He's getting the best stay. Obviously he's living in Kastil Utara for free. So, but that's part of the open airiness of this. Now stepping from the interior to the exterior, such a seamless transition from that tile to this ironwood. And then above, you'll notice that slope line once again dramatically increases to maximize your views here. Just the sight lines wherever you look is so picturesque. I mean, down this sight line, you'll notice the sculptural quality of this curvature going all the way down to the primary suite, and all those beams slowly going towards a vanishing point. It's beautiful. All the furniture out here is oversized, it's lush, it's plush, textured in those neutral tones. As I step down, you get a more eye-level view of this infinity edge pool, and just the landscapes that reflect on this pool change as we have panoramic views all day long here from sunrise to sunset. It's incredible. You'll notice we have this shallow area for your kids, or if you're just hanging out here, catching some sun, cooling off in the pool. And then this all steps down on this andesite tile that we have in the pool for 20 meters. I mean, this is incredible. You can literally get a workout here, as this is a 20-meter long lap pool just vanishing into the Indian Ocean. It's beautiful. You can see the tide receding here as well. It's incredible. All of your views here up on this ridgeline are just uninterrupted. You truly feel like you're alone. But standing here, I can actually get a really good angle at those green dividers and those hangout areas just off of the guest beds separating themselves from the primary suite. You're actually walking out and there's nothing beneath you supporting you. You're hanging out literally over this mountain. I mean, just the challenges that went into building this home were just, I can't imagine what it took, but it's incredible to see the outcome, obviously. But walking around up this steps, once again, I wanna show you guys the lounge area, because this is another cool moment. So there's deep cushions once again, and these lights all kick on in the evening, just creating for more ambiance. And even here on the coffee table, there's bow ties connecting the planks, which is playing off the dining table. We have these wide lounge chairs all facing the view. An abnormality here, flat ground with grass. So you can hang out here, throw a ball around. In between all the boulders and hidden in the grass, we have the outdoor sound system, so you can elevate your vibe out here as you're hanging out in Tampah Hills. And if you look down further enough, past the beach, into the ocean, you notice this jagged rock. The other day we went spearfishing. They caught a few fish. As they're diving like 20, 30, 40 feet down, I couldn't make it all the way down, so I got some cool shots of us interacting with them, catching some fish. And even though these videos are all about the design, the architecture, and the way a home makes you feel, I think it's just as important to experience the culture in these places we're lucky enough to visit. So after spearfishing earlier that day, we brought the fish down to the beach, grilled up, and there was live music, entertainment. It was one of those nights that really sticks with you. Okay, we just came down to the beach here in Tampah Hills. We're cooking, well, we have a chef preparing the fish we caught earlier.
Yes, the fish that we caught with the spears.
It's so cool. I mean, the experience, I mean, the rainbow fish is...
I'm excited to eat the rainbow fish, but it was so beautiful that I kind of feel bad that I'm
Yeah, I
eating
know.
it.
He was beautiful, but I'm sure it'll taste really good as well. The fire going, even having a movie over here. I mean, experiences from day and night here in Tampah Hills, and Jakob Palm and his entire team and staff has been incredible. The ocean behind us, the fire crackling. I mean, this is
amazing.
Yeah,
The vibes are immaculate.
Yeah, definitely on point here. But we're gonna go eat some rainbow fish.
Yes, let's do it.
And then we'll pick this tour up in the morning. I've never had food that you've caught and eaten in the same day. It was so fresh. And that's just what they do here. Everything is so fresh. But now going back inside through another louvered door, again on a pivot. Everything's on a pivot here. So you can just have that traffic very freely come and go, as this airy open home is meant for that. I love all these pivot doors, and the louvers just interacts and plays with light so differently throughout the day. And like I've mentioned, you can change the way the louver sits. So if you want light to play one way or the other, you can do that. It's just so dramatic, like with these all set up in sequence. It's so cool, just that lush greenery and that light pushed into this home. And this moment right here, just look at this hallway and the way that light pushes straight down. Again, the lights in this home don't push out, they go straight down, which is really unique to this property, and it plays so well. You'll also notice in this corridor, all the rooms are pushed back. So it's like you're entering your own little private cove. So this is Sage's room. We're gonna see how clean it is. We definitely don't have 24/7 housekeeping. You did this just for the video, right, Sage? You made your bed?
I did, actually. It was totally not the housekeeping.
Totally not the housekeeping, yeah, definitely not. But we have floor-to-ceiling glass. These all open up. And if you do that, actually, you can see that all these guest bedrooms have incredible views, just like the primary at the end. This one arguably has the best views, just because you can step out a little bit further towards this triangular angle, and you can see the pool and sunrise and sunset from this area. But you'll notice the lush greenery, as it ages and grows, will become even more dense, like a jungle out here, and become even more private. But this is a good setup. This room, I'm gonna close this back up real quick. King size bed and thoughtful bedside tables with these really cool pendant lights. And I saw this earlier, pointed out again, the glass. So from inside that shower, you can look straight out and just see the hills and a corner of the ocean. I just love how the focus was on these views. This is why you're here, right? The day bed set up next to this desk area. More of that bronze, that dark glass mirror in here as well. You'll notice the stonework in here is pink, which is also in that niche behind the bed. Really cool pop of color, just keeping it a little bit different. And then the water closet right behind this door as we step back out down the hall. We're gonna enter into our second bedroom here, again, deep into this wall. And then this stone work here is white with more of those granite pebbles inside of it, just making it for more texture. And then this one has incredible views once again. The day bed, the desk, this one follows the same trend as the other one, but we have some different colors from the stone. And of course, these pendants. But the glass continues, again, the views, everything is directed towards the Indian Ocean. Last bedroom before we enter the primary suite, again, tucked into the wall down this corridor. This one takes on a whole new look. We have the blue terrazzo that you see everywhere. It's super smooth to the touch, which is perfect for a bathtub. But before we touch on that, those built-ins, once again, are corrugated. There's also blue in here everywhere. Just love the playful colors from the pink now to the blues and just all the different tones that pop out of that and contrast so nicely with it. It's just fun and playful here on this circular sink with the hardware that's coming out. Everything is super minimal, but thoughtful design everywhere. As you notice, the teak wrapping around this bed frame and the niche as well, once again, with that pop of blue. I gotta just step in this because the scale and volume of this is hard to grasp until I step in. I'm a rather large human. I don't take baths. They don't work for me. But this one, I can actually almost lay down completely, which is insane. But this is normally where a daybed would be, so they've replaced it now with a tub. Next to it, we've got a little bit of a bench seating here, just off your king-size bed. The pendants are also sleek and minimalistic with this black circular stone. Everything, of course, is facing these incredible views. Another one of those windows from that shower facing the views. I just love how everything's orientated around nature here. Now, this is what I've been waiting to show you guys because this is where Lydia and I have been staying. So you open up this massive pivot door. Again, it stops. Off to my right, we have our walk-in closet. And then off to my right, this is the water closet. You'll notice all the custom built-ins everywhere. There's a mirror facing this way, so when you're looking and getting ready for the morning or the evening when you go out to dinner here, you can just see behind you all this dry stack limestone, the lush greenery and the natural light pouring into this space. It's so cool. It feels like you're a part of nature. And again, the details on the hardware, Kastil Utara, really, really cool. Before I enter the bedroom, I want to show you guys, in my opinion, the big moment in here. Look at this. You open up these doors and you're just invited back into nature. This space is all air conditioned because we have this louver set up once again. So you unlock these, accordion style once again. You slide open these doors. And then you can literally shower outside. This is incredible. You can see the entire room just completely shifted from that moody, dark vibe to now being outside, connected once again. And beneath me, we have more of that ironwood flooring that we've seen throughout this tour with the concealed drain. It really does make you feel like you're out there by the ocean, on the beach, taking a shower, but really you're up here on the ridgeline, concealed by this lush green wall. It's beautiful. If you step onto this platform, looking down to this deep soaking, marble encased tub, you can look out into the rice field, the valley down below, and during golden hour, it's amazing to sit here and just watch the light rays pour into that field. It's honestly surreal. On my right, we have a wall of glass, and it just interacts and plays with this smoky glass wall on my left. So you have two different types of mirrors here. And during sunrise and sunset, the vibe just completely moves and shifts. There's just so much depth, texture, and character in this home. We have 2 matte black faucets, another concealed drain here on this marble, and that depth, again, with this floating mirror, with that integrated lighting, it's beautiful. All the fixtures and lights are all diffused. Very, very soft and welcoming. But now, into the bedroom. This is where Liddy and I have been spending all of our time here in the evenings. Here on this little bed, I've been getting some work done, transferring some footage from the tours and obviously traveling around Indonesia. It's been incredible. The floor lamp, again, diffused in that matte black finish. And another thoughtful touch, just the foresight of design here was so important to them. So you can open up the sliding glass door, which is frameless, once again, just to accentuate and maximize your views. Over here is the closet space, and then up above, obviously, we have that natural light that pours down. It's just so beautiful having these natural landscape spear backdrop versus, let's say, like a TV or video wall or something electronic. It's just so immersive here. And wrapping around this marble coffee table and accent chair, you can pull up this chair, get some last minute work done before you hop in bed, or obviously you could use this as a vanity setup. And as I walk around, a thoughtful touch. If you guys are getting to bed at different times, someone's reading a book, someone's working on something, you can actually dim this light down to your choosing. Again, just a personal touch here, or just completely have it off if you're going to bed and the other is staying up. So you'll notice on the back wall, we have the painting, and then backdropping it is just a wall of vertical teak slats, warming this space back up. The accent chair is placed just next to this sculptural floor lamp. And my favorite part about this room is that you can see sunsets. So you can open up these doors, and on a windy day, all of these sheer curtains just move and play with the lighting as you open up these doors. And the square footage just completely transforms and transcends to the outdoor area. From that greenery area past the couch, just adding more square footage into the space, to now this partially covered terrace. So this is all covered out here, right? We've got the 2 base chairs set up, overlooking the ocean, incredible sunset views as this entire space goes to a point. And as the sun sets, I think it's time that we see how this home completely transforms from day to night.